Hey everyone, I've got a bit of a story on this Microsoft Office pack and how it also came with a computer for about $20 New Zealand. It all sort of kicked off when I found this copy of Half-Life Platinum Collection, which I've been looking for a while, but I've been meaning to sort of cover this machine off, and it gave me a sort of a bit of an idea for a video, so we'll get started. So this is a copy of Office 4.0, it's on floppy disks, and how I found it was a local eBay type website called Trade Me, and I got talking to the older fella that owned it when I went by to pick it up, and he mentioned, I've got this old computer upstairs you might be interested in. I said, yeah, I'm always up for old machines and stuff. So yeah, he had extra discs with it as well, so this is a sort of a bit of a story on how I got the machine, and yeah, some of the things I use it for. So this is the original kit when I picked it up. He had the printer, which he had before this, the monitor, all the user manuals, the receipts. It actually came with quite the suite of parts and components, which was super awesome. So he gave me the whole machine for just, well, nothing really. I paid him for the office discs, and he was moving house and needed to downsize, so he got rid of all this stuff. Came with the original owner's manual for the motherboard, which was really awesome. Here's a shot of the printer working. Sorry about the handheld footage. I'm actually very surprised with the quality of the print. It's very sharp and legible. It's a really nice old printer. But yeah, a couple years later, this is the owner's manual that came with it. It's got the, for the motherboard, sorry. It's got the driver's CD, which is nice to have. Tucked in there is the sales receipt. This is the most interesting part I find of the machine. So you can see what he originally bought it with. So 19th of February 1999 is when he picked this up. So it's got a Pentium 2 350 MHz CPU, of course the 440BX motherboard, some memory, and what else? We got an 8GB Death Star hard drive, and most of the stuff, actually all of it was still in the machine when I got it. And you can see the original price, so $2,429 before tax. That's including the monitor. I'll have to figure out what that is in today's money, but yeah, you can see the original Sound Blaster 16, which wasn't on there, is on that receipt, is in there, and that's actually a really terrible sound card. So I ended up switching that out, as well as the graphics card. It had the Intel i740. Which does work, but yeah, so you can see all the original parts in there, so yeah, that's what was in it. So I've kitted the machine out with a few things since then, mainly accessories and internal parts. So I've got a Sidewinder gamepad. A recent addition is this Model M keyboard, which I'm super happy about. I need to get some keycaps for it, and a Microsoft IntelliMouse. I don't think it's the Pro, but doesn't have the side buttons. And I switch monitors between this KTC CRT, and I've got an LCD screen as well, which I can use. In front of the machine, I've added a DVD-ROM drive just to read DVD-ROMs if there's any games that I want to play, and I upgraded the ZIP 100 to a ZIP 250 drive. Parts I've added to the machine inside are mainly CPU, memory, drive, well actually pretty much all of it except the CD-ROM drive and the floppy disk drive. So I've got a few things, so I'll start from the bottom. I've got this Yamaha sound card, and I picked this up mainly because it's still got really good DOS compatibility, and I also got a Dream Blaster S2, which I've featured in a previous video, so I get really nice MIDI playback, which you'll hear later on. It does have some limitations though, which I'll get to later. I've got a USB card just for some extra USB ports. I do have onboard networking. I got rid of the modem card and fitted this Netgear networking card. I think it's a 10run100 or a gigabit, I can't quite remember. But that's really just for gaming and things like that and file sharing. The big star of the show, one of the bigger components, is the GeForce 3 card. It's a TI-200, a really good card for this era machine. I had to fit a fan because this actually does get quite hot. So I've got it sort of screwed in and zip tied in. Trust me, that fan is not going anywhere. And as well as I think I've featured this before, but I've got this Pentium 3 which I upgraded it to. It's a 700 MHz CPU with 100 MHz front side bus. It's the maximum this motherboard supports, sadly, and once again that fan is not going anywhere. Other than that, I did upgrade the RAM to 256 megabytes total, a nice rounded number. Hard drive wise, it's got an 80 gigabyte Seagate drive. As I said before, I've only upgraded the zip drive and added the DVD-ROM drive. Power-wise, the machine's got a very generic 250 watt PSU. I don't know what brand it is, but it hasn't let me down yet, so I'm just gonna keep with it. In Windows 98, you can see I've got the CPU specs there, and I've got a suite of games installed, of course. This is my primary retro gaming machine. I've also got a bunch of software installed as well. One really handy tool is this WinImage tool. You can use it to make floppy images and also write floppy images, so that's a really handy tool. And MIDI playback, of course, is handled by that S2 Dream Blaster. One of the reasons why I use this machine so much is it plays such a wide variety of games. So I've got DOS games here, I've got Windows games, and there is some limitations, but this is my primary gaming machine. So it's sort of got the DOS gaming realm covered and early Windows games covered, but it can also play some later Windows games. Unfortunately, this is where the Yamaha sound card falls on its face, as some of these games have really fast music and sound. So Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed here is one of them. The music is running quite fast, as well as the voice-over guy. And I've got the same issue in GTA 3 as well. Those are the only two games that I've had this issue with so far. But the game actually itself runs fine, so I have a feeling it's a DirectX issue or something with this card. It's really old.
You place first.
Yeah, audio's a bit messed up there, but yeah, as I said, I've got some other gaming machines here, and I've got a sort of a wide range, which you guys have seen before on other videos, but the one I've been showing is my primary one, and when Half-Life turned up, it reminded me that I haven't really shown it, and of course the story behind it. But it also got me thinking, you know, what do you guys use? What's your go-to gaming machine? Let me know in the comments, because I'd be interested to hear, and the specs and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, I am working on some other stuff at the moment, so you guys will see that soon. But in the meantime, this is the machine, this is what it does, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Alrighty, catch you guys soon.